Just 3 days after leading Red Bull Racing through one of the most iconic events on the Formula One calendar at Silverstone, Christian Horner was abruptly dismissed from his dual roles as team principal and chief executive officer. The timing of the announcement came as a surprise to many, but for those who have been following the subtle signs over the past 18 months, the eventual separation between Red Bull and Horner felt almost inevitable. What made it truly shocking was the way it unfolded. Mid-season, without a gradual transition or public indication that such a seismic shift was imminent. Christian Horner has been one of the most influential figures in modern Formula One. Appointed as Red Bull Racing's team principal ahead of their debut in 2005, he became the youngest team boss in the paddock at the time. For nearly 2 decades, he helped build Red Bull from a flashy newcomer into a dominant force, collecting 6 Constructors' Championships and 8 Drivers' Championships under his watch. His leadership style was intense, often controversial, and he made no apologies for his aggressive approach to competition. That same win-at-all-cost mentality helped push Red Bull into the upper echelons of the sport, but it may have also played a part in the unraveling of his tenure. In the immediate aftermath of Horner's exit, the team's attention turned to his successor, Laurent Mekies. While he may not carry the same level of public notoriety as Horner, those within the paddock know Mekies well. He's experienced, intelligent, and has built a strong reputation across multiple roles in Formula One, including stints at Arrows, Minardi, Toro Rosso, the FIA, and most recently Ferrari. In 2024, he returned to the Red Bull family to lead the Racing Bulls team. Now, just a few months into that new chapter, he's been thrust into arguably the most high-pressure role in motorsport. The sudden nature of Horner's removal means Mekies has had very little time to prepare. 2 weeks, in fact. 2 weeks to take control of one of the sport's biggest teams, manage internal politics, address performance issues, and stabilize a driver lineup in flux. And make no mistake, the most high-profile storyline currently facing Red Bull is not just about leadership. It's about their star driver. Max Verstappen, the triple world champion, has been the face of Red Bull's dominance in recent years. He's known for his ruthless speed, incredible consistency, and laser focus on winning. Yet for the first time in a long while, his future with the team is being openly questioned. Leading into the British Grand Prix, speculation ran rampant that Verstappen might be considering a move to Mercedes. The rumors were not without foundation. Insiders pointed to the growing disconnect between Verstappen's camp and Red Bull management, specifically tensions between his father, Jos Verstappen, and Horner. Jos has been vocal in the past about his displeasure with certain decisions and internal politics. It's been suggested that Horner's departure could have been at least partially motivated by a desire to make the team a more comfortable environment for Max moving forward. But whether that was the catalyst or not, the reality is that Laurent Mekies now faces the monumental task of securing Verstappen's loyalty in a time of uncertainty. Verstappen is not driven by sentimentality. He has never pretended to be. His decisions are rooted in one core principle. He wants to win. He wants to have the fastest car on the grid and a team around him that is capable of delivering championships. That clarity of purpose has been consistent throughout his career, and it's precisely what makes this moment so pivotal for Red Bull. Since mid-2023, Red Bull's performance trajectory has shifted. The team that once looked unstoppable has slipped from their dominant perch. Verstappen, who racked up win after win during his historic 2022 and 2023 campaigns, has taken just 4 victories in the past 12 months. That may sound like a strong result for any other driver, but for Verstappen, it's a regression. And the contrast becomes even more stark when examining the performance of his teammates. Sergio Perez has struggled for consistency and qualifying form. Liam Lawson, who was drafted in for a short stint early in the season, failed to make a significant impact. And now Yuki Tsunoda, promoted from the sister team, is also finding it difficult to deliver points on a regular basis. In the context of Formula One's unforgiving environment, where performance is everything and patience is limited, the lack of results across the second Red Bull seat raises serious concerns. Verstappen has been left to carry the team on his own far too often, and that imbalance is not sustainable. If Red Bull cannot surround him with the right support, both technically and operationally, they risk losing more than just races. They risk losing their biggest asset. The 2026 regulation changes loom large over all of this. That year will see one of the biggest shifts in Formula One's modern history. Not only will chassis and aerodynamic rules be overhauled, but Red Bull will also be introducing their first in-house power unit. This move developed under the Red Bull Powertrains division in collaboration with Ford, is an enormous undertaking. The question is whether that engine will be competitive straight out of the box. Verstappen has openly wondered if the team's current technical structure, which has overseen the development of a difficult and inconsistent 2025 car, can be trusted to deliver a title contender under the new rules. Further complicating the situation is the recent exodus of key technical personnel, most notably Adrian Newey, the legendary designer whose vision helped shape Red Bull's most dominant machines, left his role as Chief Technical Officer in May 2024. His departure was a blow to the team, both symbolically and practically. Newey has been widely regarded as one of the most gifted engineers in motorsport history, and his absence leaves a void that cannot easily be filled. But he wasn't the only one. In 2023, Rob Marshall, Red Bull's former chief engineering officer, joined McLaren. His influence there has already been felt, with McLaren emerging as a serious championship contender. Will Courtney, Red Bull's long-serving head of race strategy, has also made the switch to McLaren, though his official start date is still pending. Then there's Jonathan Wheatley, Red Bull's longtime sporting director, who has taken over as team principal at Sauber, the team that will transition into Audi F1 in 2026. This flurry of departures paints a clear picture. Red Bull's internal structure under Horner had become unstable, and several key figures clearly felt their future lay elsewhere. While some turnover is normal in Formula One, the loss of 4 high-level team members in under 2 years suggests deeper systemic issues. For Laurent Mekies, the first priority must be stopping the bleeding. He has to stabilize the workforce, re-establish a sense of direction, and create an environment that retains top talent. Only after that foundation is secured can Red Bull truly begin to rebuild. The next goal must be clarity in driver strategy. If Verstappen stays, the focus must be on giving him a teammate who could deliver consistent support. If he leaves, Red Bull will need to completely reassess their driver development path. Isaac Hadjar, the young French rookie currently turning heads at Racing Bulls, appears to be the leading candidate for a promotion. Mekies knows him well and has overseen his development. But is Hadjar ready for the pressure of racing alongside or in place of a multiple world champion? That's a question Red Bull must answer quickly. Beyond the technical and driver questions, there's a cultural shift at play here. Christian Horner's leadership style defined Red Bull racing. He was fiery, unapologetic, and often confrontational. His public battles with Toto Wolff, Zach Brown, and others gave him a reputation as a divisive but effective operator. For fans, he was a lightning rod. For rivals, he was a source of frustration. But inside the team, his commitment to victory was never in question. That commitment, however, came with its own risks. The off-track controversies that surfaced in 2024, though never fully clarified in public, undoubtedly accelerated his exit. Red Bull's leadership appears ready for a fresh chapter, one marked by a different tone and approach. Laurent Mekies represents that shift. He's known for being collaborative, level-headed, and deeply respected across the paddock. His ability to work within different organizations, from race teams to the FIA, has given him a broad perspective. His arrival signals not just a change in leadership, but a potential evolution in Red Bull's identity. The question now is how Red Bull can preserve their competitive DNA while adopting a more open, less combative image. The next few months will be critical. Every decision Mekies makes, from staffing to driver strategy, from technical direction to public messaging, will shape Red Bull's trajectory in the short and long term. He doesn't have the luxury of time. The 2026 regulation reset is approaching rapidly, and Red Bull must prove that they are still capable of innovation and excellence, even without Horner, Newey, or several of their key architects. Formula One is a sport built on constant reinvention. No team, no matter how dominant, can afford to stand still. Red Bull once redefined what was possible in F1, coming in as a soft drink company and dethroning motorsport royalty. If they want to stay at the top, they'll need to do it again, but this time under a new leader with new tools and a changing world of competition. For fans of sport, this period of transition offers a fascinating look behind the scenes. It's a reminder that what happens off the track can be just as influential as what happens on it. And for Red Bull, a team that once prided itself on disruption, the question now becomes, can they disrupt again, or will they be the ones getting left behind? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain. Formula One is changing, and Red Bull must adapt if they want to remain among the elite. Whether that future still includes Max Verstappen, and whether Laurent Mekies is the man to guide the next generation of Red Bull success will be revealed not through press releases, but through performance on track. The countdown to 2026 has begun. Hello, McLaren faithful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss any McLaren and F1 updates with relaxing ASMR elements. Your support helps this incredible community grow stronger every day, and it's a small effort that goes a long way. Even if you can't contribute in other ways, it's completely free to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications to keep the conversation going and share our passion for McLaren and F1. Your support helps keep the community thriving. Thank you for being part of McLaren.